Jess, and today I have a book review for you, and that is of 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. And look at this beautiful cover. This was definitely a cover read for me, but also the premise sounded really good. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars just to start off with showing my general opinion of the book. I really enjoyed it. This book is about a girl called Marguerite. I think that's how you pronounce her name, I'm not sure. But a girl called Marguerite who is the daughter of two really genius physicists, and they developed the technology to travel through dimensions. And then her father is murdered by somebody who was involved in the creation of this, and the guy who murdered him jumps off into another dimension, and it is Marguerite and this boy see it as their job to follow him and to bring him to justice for her father's murder. And that's sort of the main premise of it, is dimensional travel. And in this, Marguerite and Theo and Paul, who is the murderer, all travel into like 4 different dimensions, where there's certain changes that are going on in this world. I think there was the writing of this book was so beautiful, and while I think it was difficult at the beginning to get connected to the characters once you saw, because they'd known each other for so long, we just didn't see them get to know each other. It was hard to really understand how close they were until you saw it for yourself later on in the book. And I really enjoyed that aspect of it, seeing their friendship, the 3 of them, and how it developed. And the mystery of it really was a really big component, because it's sort of like, as soon as Marguerite sees Paul again, she's not really sure whether he murdered her dad, and she's trying to figure out if he did or if somebody else did, and if somebody else did, who did. And it's just amazing. I really love this book. I think the premise was so original. I've never read anything about dimensional travel before, and it was really good to see the trials that she went through, seeing people in her life in these other dimensions, because in these dimensions there are worlds where everything has happened, and in I think 2 of them her father is still alive, and so it was really nice to see her react to her father, and after thinking he's dead and then seeing him, it was really a weird experience for her, and I really liked that aspect of the book. I did highlight a lot of quotes in my Kindle because the prose was just so beautiful, and there were sometimes when Marguerite would say them and I'd just be like, I totally agree with you, I've thought that like a million times, and I really connected with Marguerite, I think. I really loved the romance in this. I won't say who between because I don't want to spoil anybody, but I really loved the romance that was presented, and yes, there was a slight love triangle, but there was only weight on one side, so it was really just not a love triangle at all. It was like she was liked by 2 boys, and she liked one of them back and didn't want to let the other one down. So yeah, that was my review of 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.